like to tell people there's 5 big mistakes that people make. And I want to get them out of the way so that at least I know you leave the room tonight and you don't make them. And one of them is that assuming that backers will show up on the first day. They really don't. So that brings me to mistake number 2, setting your goal too high. A lot of people think, if I don't ask for $50,000, I'm not going to get $50,000. Well, just check out, the highest funded campaign on Kickstarter, which is now at $19 million. They didn't ask for $19 million. I think they asked for, $100,000, and they're at $19 million. No one stopped giving and engaging because they hit their goal. Winging it. So we talked about preparation. The statistic is that campaigns that have a day-to-day marketing plan, where you know what you're going to do to promote your campaign about 4 weeks ahead, and for the campaign itself, where you have a spreadsheet where you know how much you're going to engage in social media, where you know what you're going to say, where you have content prepared, they raise 180% more funding. That's not a small amount of funding. Winging it, not having a plan. So I'm going to launch the campaign and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do and what I'm going to say. Well, the reality is you're going to want to have video, photos, emails written, text ideas, an editorial calendar that says this week we're going to talk about this week we're going to talk about this, the last week we're going to say this. And then you can come to my next mistake, which is going solo. Number 1, if anything happens to you, you get sick, there's a family emergency in the middle of your campaign, there is no one else who can run that campaign. But campaigns that have a team of 4 or more are 70%, they fund 70% more than campaigns that are, one person running it, him or herself. So 70% more funding if you do it as a team. Well, this makes sense. Number 1, every person has a social network and a personal network. So now you're going to multiply it by 4. So you're starting with everyone's personal email lists times 4. But then you can split the work. So one of you can handle personal emails and another can, they're just an Instagramaholic, and so they'll handle that. And maybe someone else has figured out Twitter and that's actually going to be fun for them. Another wants to run an event, but then nobody is holding the whole thing. And it is a full-time job, so if you take it and you divide it into 4, then you can actually do your business and crowdfund at the same time. So I'm trying to remember what the 5th one is. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. That's so funny. Yeah, and I'm getting this too. Remembered what it was I forgot of the top 5 mistakes. So I'm going to hold up my iPad. Look at other campaigns.
Yes.
So you're talking about research. I tell people, you want the cheapest consulting you can ever get on how to crowdfund effectively? Do a search on the crowdfunding platforms for products and services like your own, and look at their video, look at the title of their campaign, look at the text that they use, look at their rewards, look at their funding goal, look at the time frame, look at the time of year that they're funding, because sometimes that can have an impact.
See if they failed first.
My other piece of advice is you can back any campaign, as you will see here. I'm a backer of the For No Bread Oven for $1. For $1, I get to see everything they do. You know what I get? You get updates by email, and you get to watch how they're building the campaign, how they're promoting themselves, how they're telling their story. And that is crucial. How are they telling their story?